welcome to the Butler Collegian DAWGCAST, a podcast series for Butler students, by Butler students. My name is Eva Hallman, Multimedia Editor of the Butler Collegian and host of the DAWGCAST. Thank you so much for joining us for this fourth episode of the DAWGCAST and final one of the semester. We have a lot of segments in this episode. We're going to learn about a club on campus, what's happening in various sections of the Collegian, what's happening on campus, a look at weather, and more, all here with the Butler Collegian. Some of the big news on campus right now is that last week, President Danko formally announced the university's 2-year college that will be launching in fall 2025. Butler's 2-year college aims to address outstanding gaps in college access and completion for underserved students and increase degree attainment. Students enrolled in the college can obtain their associate's degree with no debt or out-of-pocket expenses, and most will have the opportunity to continue at Butler and earn a bachelor's degree for $10,000 or less. The Butler Collegian will have a full story on that next week. We'll learn more about some Collegian news stories later on in the DAWGCAST. A lot has been happening recently with Butler athletics as teams are ending seasons and new ones are beginning. So it's a good thing that multimedia reporter Aaron Rhodes has the latest in Butler athletics. It's the Butler Collegian Sports Report. Sending it to you, Aaron.
Welcome to the Butler Collegian Sports Report. I'm multimedia reporter Aaron Rhodes, and I am here at the historic Hinkle Fieldhouse because Butler fans, basketball is back. The men's basketball team won both of their exhibition games against Ohio Northern and Franklin College.
The Butler men's basketball team won their season opening matchup 94-55 against Eastern Michigan. Their next game will be Friday, November 10th against SEMO. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs women's basketball team lost their opening matchup 82-55 against Iowa State. They look to bounce back against Detroit Mercy at home Sunday, November 12th.
Now, with basketball starting, that means fall sports is coming to an end. The women's soccer team unfortunately lost to UConn 3-2 in their quarterfinals matchup in Big East tournament play. The team finished with a 6-8-6 record and 2-3-5 conference record. In huge news, the Bulldogs men's cross-country team captured their third Big East title in 4 years. The women's cross team finished 5th in their respective race. Finally, the Bulldogs football team won their final road game against Morehead State 49-7. This performance with the team was led by quarterback Brett Bushka, who had a stellar performance. Bushka not only tied 1 but 2 Butler football records. Number 4 threw for 5 touchdowns, which ties the record of most touchdowns thrown in a game. This record was previously set by Ron Kielbasa in 1990. Bushka also tied for most total touchdowns in a game with 6 touchdowns scored. This record was set by Steve Roberts in 1989. This has been the Butler Collegian Sports Report with multimedia reporter Aaron Rhodes, live from Hinkle Fieldhouse. Back to you, Eva.
Thanks again, Aaron, and stay up to date with all things Butler Collegian sports via the Collegian or on the Butler Collegian YouTube page. The next segment is Club Chat, where we get to know various clubs and organizations here on campus. Multimedia reporter Piper spoke along with Butler Speech and Debate Club to learn more about their organization.
Thank you, Eva, and welcome back to Club Chat, where we check out different organizations and clubs on campus. Today, for our episode, I'm here with Abby Kalm, president of Butler's Speech and Debate team.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to chat about it.
So, Abby, what is Speech and Debate team and what do you do?
Yeah, so as you've stated, we primarily do 2 different types of events. We'll do speech and we'll do debate. For speech, we have 3 different categories. You can do limited prep events, you can do like dramatic events, and then you can do platforms, which are your like infos, your persuasions, that type of thing. And then for debate, we do a style called IPDA, where it's limited prep debate, so you'll just get a topic. These can range from anything from Chipotle's better than Qdoba to Grace is more important than competition to political debates too.
When do you guys meet? Do you meet like every week, once a month, stuff like that?
Yeah, so we do have our team meetings at Tuesdays at 7:15 in Fairbanks 146. Anyone's welcome to drop by and swing by, but you'll also have weekly meetings with your coach to practice your events and things like that.
Do you have upcoming events? Anything coming up?
We do. So we have a tournament this coming weekend. It's online, so you can swing by Fairbanks and we'll be competing all day, both Friday and Saturday. And then we're actually hosting our Circle City Classic event in December. So that's when other colleges will come here and compete with us.
How many members do you guys have? And are you currently accepting new members?
Great question. So we're growing a lot recently. We currently have, I think it's 25 members. But yeah, we're always accepting new ones. If you wanted to come join our team, you can go ahead and reach out on Engage. We're happy to meet you there. You can also feel free to email me. My email is akom@butler.edu. And yeah, we'd love to chat with you.
Awesome. And are there any socials that fans could look out for your content?
Totally, yeah. So we do have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Our Instagram and Facebook is BU Speech and Debate, and then our Twitter is Dogs Speak.
Well, thank you, Abby, for meeting with me and telling us a little more about speech and debate.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Awesome. I'm Piper Bailey from the Butler Collegian. Back to you, Eva.
Again, thank you to Piper and Abby Com for sharing us a little bit more about what Butler Speech and Debate does. I was once in Speech and Debate, and I know the team is fantastic, so it was so great to see what they are up to now. Now let's get into a news story about a current issue most students know about on campus. This is written by news reporter Ava Watson. As the 2023-24 school year stretches into winter, students have expressed disappointment in dog ride services. Text messages are being ignored, extremely long wait times, and confused drivers are chiefs among complaints verbalized most frequently by first-year students. To read the full story, check out the Butler Collegian website. We've got a fun segment coming up. It is Opinion of the Week, where we will get to know about some of the opinions that will be published in the opinion section. So let's send it over to Maddie and Reese.
Thanks, Eva. My name is Reese Butler.
And I'm Maddie Wood.
Welcome to Opinion of the Week. Has you or a man that you know and love ever claimed that you could land a plane just by watching Top Gun enough? Or do you think that you could fight off an animal with a sword? If so, you may be a victim of male audacity. Opinion writer Sam Haggerty goes over the complexities of this now viral issue and the gender debate behind it.
Have you or a friend you know ever been the victim of you're a fan of Taylor Swift? Name her cats. Or, you like Harry Styles? What are all of his tattoos? If this sounds familiar, you may want to read Anna Grissenbach's article about how you can be a casual enjoyer, not have to know everything about these artists' lives.
If either of those interest you and you want to learn a little bit more, check out this week's opinion section. Again, I'm Reese Butler.
And I'm Maddie Wood.
And this was Opinion of the Week. Back to you, Eva.
See, I told you what a fun segment to read all the opinion columns this week. Pick up a Butler Collegian newspaper or check online. Thanks again, Maddie and Reese, for joining us. Let's get into one of another news previews we have. Jordan College of the Arts, JCA School of Music, is venturing on a Midwest tour for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic. The Wind Ensemble tour group will travel to Chicago and St. Louis on November 13th and 14th for a music clinic with local high schoolers. Isn't that just so exciting? And the article covers everything about their trip, so be sure to check it out. This is a new segment to the DAWGCAST coming up, which is pretty similar to Opinion of the Week. It is Culture Corner, where editors Abigail and Megan will be giving us the scoop of the culture section. Take it away, editors.
Thanks, Eva. This is Culture Corner, and I'm Abigail Oakley, one of the Culture co-editors, and this is Megan, my other editor. We're here to talk about what the Culture section is publishing this week. What's your favorite article we're publishing?
One of my favorite articles that we are writing this week is the newest edition of Dog Eared, which will be talking about Book Talk, which is the section of TikTok that people use to recommend and find cool new books to read. And I use Book Talk a lot, so I like that we're talking more about it and giving people nice book recommendations from Book Talk. What about you?
I really like the Film Fanatics article we have this week on the movie Priscilla. Sofia Coppola, the director, is one of my favorite directors, so it's fun to see a new writer's take on the movie.
And we can't forget the theater review about the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which is a great musical that I just went and saw this past weekend. And it's great. The reporter got to talk to some of the cast and learn more about the play. You can find these articles and more at thebutlercollegian.com. I'm Megan Fuller, and this is Abigail Oakley. Back to you, Eva.
Thank you so much, Abigail and Megan, for giving us the scoop of the culture section for the week. Speaking of culture on campus, let's take a look at some of the events that will be happening here on campus. Have you heard about the Blood Battle? This is an annual tradition that pits Butler University against Marquette University to see who can collect the most blood. It's simple. The school with the most life-saving blood donation wins. And for Butler students, if you would like to participate in this blood drive, it is on Wednesday, November 15th from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at South Campus. And also in events happening on campus, 35 student-run businesses will showcase and sell their products in the atrium of Dugan Hall. 10% of all products will be donated to the Butler Food Pantry. Stop by for some holiday shopping and support Butler students in their Real Business Experience class. I know I need to stop by. I've seen some of the products that they've been showing on Instagram, and I definitely need a couple of them for some holiday gifts, so be sure to stop by. The weather has been pretty ever-changing, so let's do a quick glance at our weather for the week. The lowest we will see is 33 degrees, and the highest is 73, which is a vast difference, that's for sure. So be sure to check the weather before you're out the door to see if you need a coat, or just a light sweatshirt will be fine, or no sweatshirt at all. You probably won't need one for the 73-degree day. It will be mostly cloudy and sunny all week. The following week is looking pretty rainy, so enjoy these nice, cooler, warmer fall conditions while you can. Well, that concludes the 4th episode of the DAWGCAST and last one of the semester. I will see you all in the 2nd semester, where we will be back and have tons more amazing, fun segments. Again, thank you for listening or watching. Again, you can find this series on Spotify or YouTube currently. And also check out the Butler Collegian for all things sports, news, culture, multimedia, and more. This has been your host, Multimedia Editor for the Butler Collegian, and I will see you next year.